Hello! So for this video, let's try to do something different. Instead of painting on regular canvas, let's try to paint on something else. What do you think we can paint on? I have an idea. Let's paint on this cute little purse. So I had this purse in my collection for a long time, but I was not using it. So I thought, why not give it a second life? Let's try to paint something on it and see that we can make it more fun and vibrant. Are you ready to find out? Let's take this art challenge together and start painting. Are you ready?
Yes!
Let's jump into the video. The first challenge that I see here is the texture on this purse. It's very rough, so it might be difficult to paint on it. And as you can see here, I'm trying to sketch on it and I'm using a regular graphite pencil and nothing was visible. So I switched to a charcoal pencil. It's slightly better, but I was still able to only outline very lightly and I'm not able to add any details. But I think it's good enough for now because we'll be covering it with white acrylic paint. Once my basic sketch was done, I started filling it with the white acrylic paint. This will actually help in reflecting the colors better. My base layer is done. So now is the time to add the colors. I'm starting off with the lemons. I'm using cadmium yellow and cadmium orange to create a gradient color. In center, I'm using white acrylic paint to create the highlights. I'm using little bit of brown mixed with cadmium orange to add the darker tones on this lemon. I'm repeating the same steps for the other two lemons. Lemons are the main highlight of this painting, so definitely I'm paying more attention to them. Once that is done correctly, I think the rest of the painting would be super easy and would be quick to finish. Moving on to the green part of this painting, that is leaves. I'm using light green and dark green. Dark green is basically a mixture of light green and brown to create the darker tones. I'm using little bit of lemon yellow to create the highlights of the leaves. The stems are done with dark brown mixed with little bit of black, and finally moving on to the flowers. For that, I'm giving a base layer of grey, and on top of that I'll be adding white and little bit of blue. White flowers should not be done only in plain white because that will look very dull and boring. My painting is now done, so I'm using little bit of water to clean certain areas. I'm using water and the old rag to actually clean up the areas which I feel are a little bit smudged. I know you must be thinking that if with water we can clean up our mistakes, then entire painting can come off using water. So for that, I am using varnish over my painting to protect it. I think I've added little bit extra in some places, so I'm taking a small tissue paper and removing the excess. And now it's completely ready.